So I was about to record when I got a tweet by a fellow follower. His name is Jordan, and he was like, "Oh, go check out this trailer." And I was like, "Oh, okay. The first look of Maguuma Jungle, IGN. Okay, What is this? It's like they want to keep that hype train going, huh? It's want to be going. It looks like a different game. You see these dragons? The dragoning around? What is this, Skyrim? It looks like it doesn't look like Guild Wars 2. Yeah, sure, it has like the same art style and feel of it, but when you see like the dinosaurs at the end and the way they move, it almost makes me think about the MOAs. You know how the MOAs kind of move in a herd? Am I thinking about that right? Yeah, the MOAs do move in a herd. I might be thinking about WildStar, but WildStar had packs as well. But is it the dinosaurs are moving? I wonder if that's the way how it looks in game, that they're going to be moving like that, because it seems like in the past trailer as well, when you see the dinosaurs animation like curl like that, I'm trying to do the motion. This is not helping. This is not helping. It seems like they went up a notch with the animation. And it looks like they're like recreating what we feel is how a boss fight should go. Usually you kind of just beat on a monster, and it seems like in Season 2 they have been developing how to have boss fights, and the boss fights were pretty much all top-notch good. I enjoyed all the boss fights in Season 2. So them bringing that knowledge into the Maguuma Jungle, this is something I speculated about. It seems like they are going to kind of put some of that effort into the actual world so everyone can play. And I'm seeing these humongous dinosaurs and raptors. It's so convenient that Jurassic World is coming out like soon, and you know, all of a sudden dinosaurs in Guild Wars 2. I don't know. Coincidence? Probably. But also in the trailer you see like these mushroom guys, which reminds me of MapleStory. I mean, come on. When you think about cute little mushrooms, even though those are kind of not cute, they're kind of a little spiky. Probably gonna be poisonous. Probably some poisonous stacks. Probably gonna be dying from that. I need some of that Condi clear. Oh, I'm thinking about builds already. But the areas, there's a lot of good shots of them seeing the verticality of the new maps, and it feels bigger. It feels larger. It feels spacious. It feels like when they were talking about having secret places that you can unlock with the mastery system for lore, right? It makes me think of those huge areas. I'm like, wow, there might be some secret places that you can unlock, maybe using the hand glider and flying around. And the hand glider, for instance, it's you get pushed up by the air current, so you can't necessarily just like fly everywhere. But I wonder if you can just fly off of a big top place. He did mention that you can go to the top of the canopy of the jungle and fly off with a hand glider, but they keep mentioning the air current, so I'm wondering how that would come to play. I guess, you know, we'll find out in the beta, because I think they have to test it all out. They might say some stuff and then, you know, change it up because it doesn't work properly with a bunch of people doing it and lag, and there's so much stuff to work through, and I can't wait to touch it. I just want to see if it's good or not, man. Don't you guys feel that way? We see these trailers, we see how big the areas are, we see how it really does feel it's going to give you that first experience when you're first playing the game launch, when you're discovering these areas and you know, you're feeling that feeling that you always get when you're playing an MMO. I know some of you guys have played a lot of MMOs like I have, and that feeling you get when you're leveling your first character, and that's if, you know, the MMO is not grindish, kind of how I felt with Archage. Archage was kind of grindy-ish in the beginning. I didn't really care for the story. I don't know. It didn't hit me the right way. It felt Korean, too Korean, you know? Not in a good way. Good Korean is kind of like the feeling that you get when you watch Black Desert. Ooh, if you haven't seen that, that looks pretty cool, but I'm going off subject. But I can totally see them doing really hidden areas in these huge worlds. I just really hope, I wonder if they're gonna bring back hearts. I think they're gonna have some other mechanics in there. I don't think it's gonna be another dry top. I feel like there's gonna be more mechanically to the maps, and that's why I said there's not a lot of stuff released yet, so we can't just say, oh, it's just a huge map with nothing to do. You know, there's gonna be more stuff in that map. There has to be. There's so much stuff they haven't talked about. You know, is it gonna have dynamic events all the time, constantly spawning, kind of like what you get when you go to the Silver Wastes and stuff like that? I wonder about that, and I wonder what they're gonna do when it comes down to jumping puzzles. That's something that's always crossed my mind. The hidden stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen, any of the, I guess, hidden stuff of Guild Wars 2, you can fall into some really cool places that are hidden. You know, unless you look for them. Like for instance, the strawberry patch. There's a little farm there that looks really, really cool. Hopefully, you know, you're running on high settings, but it looks really cool. Like the sun rays are coming in and it looks really nice. There's certain areas like that all throughout the game, and I would love to see more areas like that in this game, in this expansion, because it would bring, I guess, life, and you know, you'll be able to kind of sit there and kind of dissect the world and go through every inch, and it be rewarding to you, especially when you find that random NPC or that random nook and cranny, and then you find like a jumping puzzle. Like that always used to happen to me when I was playing, you know, for the first time. But another thing that a Twitter guy, Jordan012, I don't remember the numbers, but I know your name, Jordan, he sent me another post by a dev. Guess what, guys? Super Adventure Box. That's right, Super Adventure Box. It is confirmed, okay? I'm trying to calm down. It is confirmed. They don't have a date yet. They didn't say that they weren't going to add any new content to it or anything like that. They just said that it's there, all right? And he says, take that information how you will. It will be coming back because of people, all the requests of people wanting it back. I'm happy. I am happy. It may not be before the expansion. It seems like because people were disappointed that it wasn't mentioned at all, they might be working on it now. Probably they're like, you know what, fine, you know, a lot of people like it, just say it. Like everybody was saying Super Adventure Box, all the tubers, all the community, Super Adventure Box, even though I feel like, man, are these guys gonna be playing Tribulation mode? Probably not. It's probably just gonna be for the hardcore guys like us. Ooh, I just want the game to destroy me. Just destroy. So that's what's new. But we're gonna get to some questions. I think I'm gonna be tossing in some questions in the, you know, at the end of these videos, you know, just a couple questions, and then I'll have like a full Q&A later. But I think this might be a good style. You guys let me know, you know, some news that probably want to share and talk about and discuss and speculate and get all hyper and crazy about, overly excited, and hopefully not crash and burn like the airships. Rest in peace. First question is, do you think they left out anything out of the release? And he goes on to say, oh, what if they just release Tengu and say, oh, the Tengu is out right now. It's going to be in a new expansion, Heart of Thorns, and blah, blah, blah. Basically saying, are they going to release something major during this 6 weeks until it's shown? Well, it's not 6 weeks anymore. It's more like 4.5, I think now. Yeah, about 4.5. So yeah, I don't know. They said that they were going to show, I don't know if they said all, but they said they were going to show the main features, the major features, at PAX South, which is what they did, right? They ran through the main features, but of course they tossed them really quickly, and then they spread out a few little bits and pieces throughout interviews. But they haven't really released detailed explanations yet. And I do think they could pop out with something unexpected. I do think that, I don't know if it will be Tengu though, because he did say, Colin did say they had to pick between a class or a race. And they decided to go with class because that was the one that would bring more to the game. You know, a race would just be, you know, a couple new areas and a new race to play, maybe some racial skills, nothing too crazy. But a class, that's something totally different. That's all like hours of content, a new class in PvP that would probably change the meta and how people interact. And if people don't really realize, the way how builds work is depending on what everyone else is doing. So if the Revenant is a problem, then people are going to switch their builds to counter Revenant, and that's how builds are supposed to work, and toss things into the mix. And that's why I'm really excited about Heart of Thorns, is that we're gonna have different builds, because there's gonna be more skills, there's gonna be more traits, there's gonna be sub-professions, secondary professions that you can go into, which is gonna change everything about the game. This is not going to be like the same Guild Wars 2. This is not one of those patches where you're just like, you know, oh, I'm going to beat it in 2 seconds. You know, hopefully there is a lot more to it as we think it is. The way how they're explaining it, I mean, they haven't showed any skills or any of that stuff yet. But these things will change the way things are played, and especially regardless of where you're at. You know, PvP, World v World, there's going to be something new there, and they still haven't released a lot of information about that yet. They haven't told you the mechanics of Stronghold. They haven't showed you how it's going to work yet. There might be a lot more there. There might be a lot more to the World v World. There might be a lot more of it for the world entirely. They said also with the World v World mastery system. Well, the mastery system is going to affect the World v World leveling system. They're gonna have them get ideas from the mastery system and put it towards World v World. So World v World will start to change. So, and that's something that I showed correct in the last Q&A. The last Q&A I mentioned that you know, I don't know if they're going to change it up, but yeah, they are going to change up World v World. The mastery system is going to affect other things in the future, and it's always been like that. Like with the wardrobe will also affect PvP. Everything affects each other. How do you think they'll do early access and beta? And also he asks, have I finished Hunter x Hunter? I am almost done. I think I have like 10 more episodes left, maybe 20. Maybe 20 more episodes left. What happened is, with the house moving and everything like that, I just totally stopped cold turkey, and then I went mega crazy on YouTube, as you can see the daily videos and everything like that. But I am getting back into it. There's so much anime I need to catch up with. Kame ga Kill, man, all those wacky animes that I haven't finished yet. I already finished Tokyo Ghoul. Anyways, early access. I think you're going to be able to pre-order or pre-purchase the expansion, and you're going to use that code to be able to play it. Because they said, for people who don't know, at PAX, after PAX East and Rezzed, you're going to be able to play the beta, and it's not gonna be open beta. They haven't specifically said it's not gonna be open beta. It's gonna be, I'm thinking it's gonna be a pre-purchase beta, and you're gonna be able to play the game and before it comes out and beta test it and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure that would be the way that they would do it. I mean, I can't see them doing like open beta for everyone who has Guild Wars 2. Maybe they'll do some type of event or something like that inside of the game, but I don't think it will be like, you know, you can play the beta for free. No, I think you're definitely gonna have to pay for it, just like how they did it when the game launched. You had to pre-purchase it in order to play Guild Wars. They did have an open beta over I think 1 weekend, and they did have beta codes, which they probably might do beta codes. They might do that and get people hyped. They're like, oh wow, this game is really cool, because the way how they're with the trailers, as you see this trailer that just came out, it feels like it's going to be way different. So what people know of Guild Wars 2 might change with this expansion. I might be hyping it up a little bit too much, but I think it might change the way it feels. So when people are coming back to it, they'll get like a beta code or whatever if they don't want to, you know, lay down $60 or $50, however expansion is, to try it out. And you know, they get a code from a streamer, or if ANET gives me codes and I give them out, you guys try it and you're like, oh wow, this, you know, they've improved this, they have this, they have that, and I might want to buy it. They might do it that way as well. I can see it multiple ways, but I don't know if it will be necessarily a open beta. Anyways, guys, let me know how, you know, what you think about that new trailer. I mean, I'm probably gonna go back to it, dissect it a little bit more, and come back and talk about it, and probably talk about it with WP. I don't know, like there's gonna be some discussion to be had with that trailer. It looks so good. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, maybe I should loosen up a little bit. A little bit too nerdy there.